I think it has motivated all of us to move out of our comfort zones and challenge our boundaries. I'm pretty sure some of us are even making our travel plans right now. Our next speaker for the day needs no introduction. An Indian actor, TV personality, theatre artist, and comedian, she made her on-screen debut in 2012 with the Tamil movie Neethaane En Ponvasantham. Ever since, she has acted in more than 80 Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada films and has been the nominee of many prestigious awards. She also won the Nandi Award for the Best Female Comedian for the Telugu movie Run Raja Run. Apart from her career on screen, she is an entrepreneur and passionate baker who started her own line of baked goods, Perfect by Vidyu, where she focuses on sweet treats with a healthy twist. In a space that's male-dominated, she has cemented her place with sheer passion and grit and became well known for her comedy. A huge advocate of body positivity, she has also become a symbol of self-love, encouraging people to be confident in their own skin. As a big fan of not just her comic timing, but also her personality, I take joy and pride in welcoming South India's own comedy queen, Vidyu Raman.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very good afternoon to everyone here. Thank you so much for that extremely warm introduction. Lovely to see all these bright faces here. The problem with being someone like me is the minute I get on stage, there is this tremendous pressure to crack a joke. So I thought to myself, all right, I'm in a management institute. So what's the first rule of management? Delegation. I am delegating the joke thinking to you. Think it, laugh about it, if it's funny. If it's not funny, don't blame me, because remember the second rule of management, blame it on someone else. Not bad, the joke worked. My father is an eminent actor of 30 years in the film industry. He is actor Mohan Raman, who has acted in several TV serials, thousands of countless episodes of TV serials, several hundred movies with prominent personalities like Rajinikanth and Kamal Hassan. He has done many movies even in the north, like Chennai Express, Golmaal, Azab Prem Ki Gajab Kahani, and so on. Now, this is not a talk about him. The reason I say this is because with his background, it is very easy to slap that Nepo kid label on me. I can promise you, no Nepo kid here. When I ask my dad, even jokingly, for a role, he tells me, I can barely get myself a role, where am I going to get you a role? I was like, okay. So, no nepotism here. Karan Johar is not calling me anytime soon for coffee with Karan. So let's begin my story. I just came here not to give you a motivational speech or tell you to pursue your dreams. Sure, those things are important. But I'm here to just share my journey with you, because it is not an ordinary journey of a girl, an actor who paved her way and, made her own path for herself. It definitely has a couple of twists and turns here and there, so please be listening. It all began in school. And in school, I remember these words such as trigonometry, algebra, geometry. Until date, I get PTSD when I hear those words. I was never really that good at math, nor was I good at Hindi. They are my biggest nemesis till date. So please don't shoot out any spontaneous math questions at me. So I always had this urge to perform extracurricular activities, but unfortunately my school felt that the extracurricular activities would be rewarded if your academic performance was good. Till date, I still don't get the link. I tried relentlessly. I was sent to remedial classes to correct my math. After remedial classes, when I came home, I thought my day was over. No, I went to tuition to correct all the mistakes of remedial class. So basically, I was just being yelled at by different people throughout the day. Fortunately, my parents did a sensible thing and shifted schools to one that was a little less demanding. And in that school, I became cultural secretary for 2 years in a row. That was great news, because what that meant was I could wear the badge, go representing my school with school's permission, do my extracurricular activities that I was good at, and win the school a name without attending class. So it was a win-win. That's when I started blossoming. That's when the introvert came out of her shell and started becoming a little bit more outspoken, a little bit more open to conversations. Because by then, my self-confidence was completely crushed. Because all I was told was, you're not good at maths. You're not good at studies. You're not good at math. In college, I started the theatre group and with a bunch of others. And we toured India, Bangalore, Delhi. We went everywhere and performed and won the college many accolades. And it was in college that I actually received a very unexpected phone call. This phone call in my third year of college was from my theatre director of many, many years. I had joined the theatre group when I was 13 years old because I kept asking my dad, Dad, everyone in April and May are going for summer vacations. Take me also for one. But Dad couldn't. Because he simply said, if I take you for a summer vacation, the 3 TV serials I'm acting in will run a lorry over me. Not in reality, but in the show. They would basically kill him off if he took a day off. And that was unfortunate. So I was browsing through the paper and I came across a workshop for theatre when I was 13 years old. Enrolled, and I was with them for 10 years. And we did several ticketed performances for the public on stages much like this one. That theatre director called me 10 years later in college and said, there's an audition call. I said, for a play? Sure, let's do it. No, for a big movie production with a big director and big stars. Movie? Me? Because till then I never thought I could do movies. It was just never a thought that came in my mind. I always wanted to be on stage and perform, do theatre, a little bit of stand-up. I never wanted to really do movies. I asked my dad. He said, go. What do you have to lose? I went. In the theatre which I performed in, I was so confident. I would deliver soliloquies without even thinking twice. But when I went for this audition, here's when you would think, I aced it. The theatre artist in me came out. I killed it in one take. I didn't. I flopped majorly. I was stuttering, stammering for words. I didn't know what was happening because the bright lights, the camera, the assistant director saying action, all this overwhelmed me terribly. I came home sobbing and I told my dad I made a fool of myself. I don't even know why I went for that audition. He said, why? It's okay. Come, let's go through the script again. Tell them you want to come back and re-audition. I said, re-audition? That's very unheard of. I don't think I can do that. And he said, no, just do it. Trust me. What do you have to lose? Fine. I called them up and I said, hi, I'm sorry if you have not booked anyone else right now. Could I please run back and re-audition if you have not sent the tape to the director? And you know what they told me? They said, you're in luck. The director has an upset stomach and can't watch your audition reel today. So we're sending it only tomorrow. I said, hold that. Do not send it. Delete it. I will come running and do another audition. And so I did it. I went and I literally came, saw and conquered. I aced it in one take with utter confidence. Thank you. All because I decided to take the plunge and do a re-audition which not many people would want to do. The director the next day saw my tape, saw 10 seconds of the 3-minute performance I did and cast me instantly. And that's how I got my debut, Neethaane En Ponvasantham, with Gautham Vasudev Menon, Samantha, and many other actors. It was a bilingual, so I decided to just do the Tamil version because doing Tamil itself was a big thing for me back then. I can't do other languages and all that. He, the director, Gautham Vasudev Menon, sir, throws a bomb at me on the 3rd day of shoot saying, the Telugu actress who's doing your role quit. You need to perform her part as well. Otherwise, the whole shoot it's just going to be on a standstill till we find another actor. I said, me performing Telugu? I can barely speak Tamil. At that point, I was not very good. So I was telling him, I can barely speak Tamil. How do you expect me to speak a language I don't even know A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3 of? He said, don't worry, we will manage it with a dubbing artist. Just come and just do ba, 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 do something and we will manage. I was like, okay. Shoot got over. We shot for a couple of months. I performed in Tamil and Telugu. I dubbed in Tamil for myself. And then here's the third twist in this movie. This movie seems to be giving me a lot of twists. The director comes and tells me, Vidyu, I'm extremely unhappy with the Telugu dubbing voice on you. You can come and take a look for yourself, and he projects it on a screen. There was completely no sync with my body language and with the Telugu dubbing artist's voice. It just didn't match. What are we to do now? He said, dub for yourself in Telugu. Dubbing in Telugu? Do you want the entire Telugu industry and film fraternity and families of Telugu speaking people to make a fool of me? Do you want them to make fun of me? He said, no, just do it. It's fine. It'll be okay. He was as relentless as the teachers who sent me for remedial class. And that's when I sat with he dedicated a dialect coach to sit with me for 3 full days and dub the entire movie in Telugu with the correct pronunciations. And he said it'll be done in 3 days. I did it in 1.5. I didn't think that would happen. It was a surprise to myself as well. After the movie released, I was biting my nails. I didn't know what people would think, how they would accept my performance. Literally, I was watching the movie like this. I was so embarrassed to see myself on screen, let alone talking in Telugu. The next day, I get a call from a very big director in Hyderabad saying, hi, loved your performance. And you know what I loved more? Your Telugu dubbing. My Telugu dubbing? No, you must be mistaken. He said, no, I loved it. In fact, I want to cast you in my next movie with Junior NTR, but under one condition. You dub for yourself. I was like, what? Seriously? I did it, and I dubbed for myself. That comedy scene apparently on YouTube has 15 million views. And I was shocked because I just didn't understand why people were liking me, why people were liking my accent, why were they liking my performance. And that's when I realized, maybe this is happening for a reason. Maybe this is all happening because I probably must be good at something I'm doing. I just didn't have the confidence to accept it. And ironically, all these events opened a brand new chapter in my life called Telugu cinema, which has given me, honestly, a bigger name there than here with 80 plus movies. And I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't taken the leap and dubbed for myself. Because the only thing people talk about in my Telugu cinemas is, we really like your voice, we really like your modulation, we really like your accent. And that was a negative for me. But that negative turned into a positive. And I least expected it. You may be wondering, Vidyu, did you always want to do did you always want to be a female comedian? Did you always want to be a comedian in movies? Was it planned? Has anything I have said so far sound planned? I can promise you it was not planned. I just love doing comedy. I did a lot of comedy in theater. And I love making people laugh. Every time you guys giggle, it makes me really happy. You can giggle now. But I just simply loved doing comedy, and it just happened that I became a comedian. I don't like to admit it, but unfortunately, I fit the bill back then for a comedian. Because imagine this plus 20 kgs. That was me in 2012. So it was always very easy to cast the chubby, overweight girl, do a bunch of jokes on her size, do a lot of body shaming. I was the subject and target of a lot of body shaming. And it upsets me because back then I couldn't speak out. I couldn't say, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't sound right. Because I was too junior. And I just couldn't, I didn't have the courage to speak up. But today, as I grew in stature, I am able to have a conversation with directors, heroes, actors, and producers and tell them, sir, can we maybe delete this dialogue? It doesn't sound right. Because it's high time comedy evolves. It's high time comedy evolves to more than just shaming a person for their physical appearance, for their size, for their color, for their height. Let's mature in comedy. Let's evolve and grow in comedy. With that evolution in 2019, something switched in me and I started to take my health seriously. I started to lose weight and get fit. I started to take my life personally a bit more seriously because till then I was only concentrating on my movies and on my career. I wasn't concentrating on myself physically or mentally. I lost some weight. I was told by a lot of people, if you lose the weight, you will lose projects. Your weight is your plus. I said, no, I'm only losing the weight. I'm not losing my ability to act. I want to thank certain people in the industry for kind of breaking me in that stereotype of that comedian. People like Mr. Dhanush, who directed me in a movie called Pa Pandi. He gave me a very, very emotional role, which involved being a villager speaking in a Madurai slang of Tamil, which was a challenge by itself for me. People like Mr. Santhanam cast me in a movie called Inime Ippadithaan, where I play a wonderful cameo on the last 15 minutes of the movie. And that was a very heart-wrenching performance with a very powerful social message. It brought tears to many people's eyes in the theater. And these performances, even though years from now when I look back at them, it made me feel so wholesome as an actor. I am not just a comedian. Don't label me as a comedian. I am a performer. I am an actor. Do not put yourself in boxes. Know that you are capable of doing so much more. And that's exactly what these wonderful gentlemen and women in the industry did to me and broke me out of my shell. Once I finished doing all these movies and once things were, really going in different ways, I began to feel a bit lost. I began thinking, what exactly am I doing? Until date, I am evolving. I am evolving physically, mentally, and even career-wise. You may have seen me as a host in Amazon's Comicstaan Tamil. That was a whole genre by itself to perform stand-up comedy in front of a live studio audience, but being recorded. Or you may have even seen me last year in one of the most watched Tamil comedy cooking shows. That's right, comedy cooking shows, Cook with Komali Season 3. That opened avenues for me in the world of television, and I became a household name overnight. I was not watched by just the theater-going audience. I was watched by the audience that sat at home and decided to switch on the TV when it was 8 p.m. The point is I put myself out there, I put myself in different avenues, and I told myself, do not follow one path. Try diverging, try going wherever you can. And you may ask me, so Vidyu, what's in store next? What's planned? Nothing I have done in my life has ever gone per plan. And that's okay. Because keep in mind, I'm standing here doing a TEDx talk as an actor in front of all you lovely people only because Gautham Menon sir had an upset stomach. Some may call it chance. I call it taking a chance. Just remember that. Some may call it chance, but I call it taking a chance. Taking a leap of faith, making that extra phone call. Because why? You have nothing to lose. Thank you so much.